Hey guys, George back again with a December 19th update. This one's for LPs and CDs. I also have some books and some DVDs. Haven't gotten very many LPs over the last couple of weeks. Got a ton of CDs, a few bootleg DVDs, read a bunch of books. But in the background I'm playing is Kiss, You Wanted the Best, You Got the Best, since it's coming up on Kissmas 2012. First, I figure we'll start with the LPs and we'll go from there. First up, I found this Queen Mania bootleg from 1977. It's the last night of the 77 tour, from like March 14th or something like that. Pretty good sound. It was a little warped, but it plays fine. But it's really killer. It's an original 70s bootleg. Pretty killer. Next up, I saw my buddy LJ. One of his last updates, he had gotten a White Lion LP that I didn't know was available on LP, and that's Main Attraction. This is probably my favorite White Lion record. As part of the bundle, I got Big Game and Pride, which I didn't have Pride on vinyl. I have Big Game on vinyl, but I got this like dirt cheap, like a 3-for-1 type deal on eBay. All the LPs are in mint. It was cool to finally get this. Like I said, I didn't know it was available until I saw LJ's video. So again, Biosite 1, my man LJ. Thanks for showing that, because now I got it. It's a great record. Next up, I finally found Electric Mud on vinyl. Muddy Waters. This is the reissue. Got this really cheap. So I don't have this on vinyl. I've been looking for it for a long time. So I'm glad they reissued it, but apparently the reissues are already sold out. They're damn near sold out, I guess. Because they're getting harder and harder to find. This was like $10. So I wouldn't pay any more than like 14 or so if you could find this now. Because I have a feeling the price of that thing is going to go way up. Next, I picked up the US version of the AC/DC. Live at River Plate, 3LP, red vinyl. There is a difference between the pressings. The UK pressing is 180 gram vinyl. This one apparently is not. I haven't opened it yet. Has different information than the UK one on the back. So I was happy to finally get this. They released this about a month after the CD came out. I don't know why it took so long, but it's finally out. But definitely killer. Great live record too. This next one's a holy grail of mine, man. I've been looking for this thing for about 20 years. I've always seen it like real expensive. I actually found this on eBay. It's a bootleg. It's AC/DC. It's called Fling Thing. It's a double LP from 1984. This has basically a lot of the unreleased Australian tracks that have now been released anyway. It has Rockin' in the Parlor with Dave Evans on vocals on. It's got a ton of live stuff, soundboard live stuff. Really killer. Like I said, I've been looking for this forever. I finally got it at a very good price. It was like less than $40. I've seen this go for well over $100. So I was really happy to get it, finally. If you can find that one, definitely pick it up. The last LP I got is just another Robert Gordon LP, 50s rock and roll type stuff, but done in the late 70s. I didn't have this one. This was a $1 LP, so figured I'd add it to the collection. Now on to some CDs. This one I just got. I had no idea it was out. It's Ronnie Wood and Bo Diddley live at the Ritz. Really killer live album. with Ronnie Wood from the Stones and Bo Diddley. I think this was recorded in like 1987. Really good live record. It's out of print now, but you can still find it at relatively cheap if you're interested. A couple of these I got at work. They were like dollar CDs for me. The very best of Buddy Holly and the Picks. The Picks was his band before the Crickets. Some of the normal hits are on here, like Peggy Sue and Every Day and stuff like that. But what they did is the band, the Picks, went back and added overdubs to a lot of this shit. So it's kind of the production's kind of modern day sounding, I guess. This was released in 2003, so I guess within the last 10 years they've done this. Not really cool. I like the original versions. It's definitely weird to hear like a modern production on some of this stuff, but I don't know. I prefer the original. Next up is Antone Fats Domino. This is a double CD from Holland. It's like a greatest hits type thing. I love Fats Domino. Really killer. Definitely worth checking that out. Next up is a 4-disc set of Legendary Blues Classics Volume 1. This has everybody on it, from like John Lee Hooker, Lightning Hopkins, Howlin' Wolf, Sonny Boy Williamson, Muddy Waters, Etta James, Little Walter, Albert King, Lowell Folsom, Otis Spann, PC artists, Willie Dixon, Buddy Guy, B.B. King, ton of killer shit on here. This was put out in 1991, so it's pretty old now. 60 classics recorded, classic recording, really killer. Really nice blues piece. Next up is Little Richard, the greatest hits, 2-disc set, all the original recordings, so it's not re-recorded stuff. This is an import from, doesn't say, from somewhere. Pretty cool. Next up, these are all import stuff now I got. This is Michael Schenker Group, The Chrysalis Years. This is a 5-disc set. It takes all of his early studio albums with all the bonus tracks, everything up to Rock Will Never Die. So 6 albums on 5 discs, all the bonus tracks. Really cool box set. It was put out in 2009. I got this for like $11 on Amazon. There's a UFO one just like this as well. I haven't gotten that yet, but that one's still a little more expensive, but I figured for 11, I had a couple of these on CD, but not all of them, so glad I got that. Next up is a couple from the Brats, New York band that Kiss actually used to open for. This one's called Animal Guitar. This takes a lot of demos from the 70s. Finally releases them on CD. There's the show was the Kiss opening for the Brats back in, I think, 73 maybe, at the Hotel Diplomat. And this is a newly recorded album called Rock Candy. The Brats got back together and put this out. This is also available on vinyl. I did order the vinyl for that. Very 70s glam sounding, really killer. I love these guys. Definitely check them out if you can find it. The label's Whiplash Records, and it's distributed by Kunaki, Kunaki, and also try to put it down in the description. But really killer 70s glam. Check those guys out. And also, I believe I can't remember his name. I think one of the original guitarists from New York Dolls was in this band. I can't remember the name of the dude. It'll probably come in. Another punk thing I got off of Amazon for a penny. Broken Bottles in the Bottles. on TKO Records. This is really killer. Really cool band. I like them a lot. And lastly, in the UK, they finally put out this Flash Bastard, Rock and Roll Must Be Destroyed on CD. Hopefully they'll do a vinyl release of this. Hasn't been anything announced yet, but it's only available on CD from England. You can get it on Amazon and iTunes is a download only in the States, but if you want it on disc, you have to order it from Amazon UK. Really killer, punky, hard rock band that were signed to Nikki Sixx's label at one point back in the early 2000s. I think what they've done is re-recorded all those tracks for this album. So definitely check out Flash Bastard. Now on to some DVDs I got. The only official one I got was the Blu-rays, the new Metallica. This is called Quebec Magnetic. This looks really, really good. And it was really cheap. It's $9.99. I think the list price on it is $12.99. Apparently Metallica is now out of their record deal with the Warner Group and have started their own label called Blacken Records or something like that. So they're going to release all their stuff now on that label, on their own label, for dirt cheap, which is cool. A couple bootleg things I got. One is Quiet Riot, live at the M3 Fest in 2012. This is a Pro Shot. It's only 7 songs, but it looks pretty good. It's taken from the digital, the digital broadcast. Next up is Quiet Riot, live at the Whiskey, 1979 with Randy Rhoads. Another Pro Shot set with Rudy Sarzo, Drew Forsythe, and Kevin DuBrow. It's 11 songs. It looks okay. Not the perfect. I'm hoping that maybe they get the master tapes and actually release this for real. But it's cool to have this. Next up is a Tracy Guns Band from 2006, when he went out as a Tracy Guns Band with Paul Black, who was the original LA Guns singer. This is a 2-camera mix from West Springfield, Virginia, down in, I forget the name of that club down there, where everybody plays, but killer set list. Sounds really good, looks really good. Paul Black has a little bit of trouble with some of the LA Gun stuff, the later stuff they play, but other than that, killer. Next up is Turbo Negro from the West End Festival 2012. This is a Pro Shot, Rock Palast broadcast, stereo broadcast. Really killer. I mean, this looks fantastic, sounds killer. First Pro Shot, I think, with their new singer. Who was on the last studio record, but killer set list, really killer, widescreen shot. And lastly, the DVD I got is the Pro Shot Kiss. This is from Sao Paulo, 2012. This is a Pro Shot, 19 or 20 song track list. The sound on this, the mix job of the sound was just okay. It's a digital, broadcast, so it looks great. But from what I remember, from watching it, the sound's not totally mixed, so it sounds kind of thin in areas. But it's pretty cool to have a Pro Shot Kiss show from the Monster Tour already. And finally, on to a few books that I've read over the past few weeks. First up is the Dave Mustaine's book. This guy's a self-righteous prick. I love Megadeth, but reading this book, you might think he was the second coming of Christ. He kind of made me sick a lot reading some of this stuff. I mean, some of it was funny, but man, he is so into him. I thought Yngwie Malmsteen was bad. This guy, reading this book, I don't know, man. He just put me in a whole different frame of mind for him. I don't know. Like I said, I still love Megadeth. I think he's a great guitar player. He's like Ted Nugent. He needs to shut the fuck up and just play. It's worth reading if you want to get kind of pissy and you want to see how ridiculous he is on some stuff. Other things he talks about, like Metallica and shit, it was like, I don't know. You just check it out. That's all I can say. It's not a bad book. It's just he comes off as this self-righteous douche. Another book I picked up was a Motorhead Collector's Guide, written by Mick Stevenson. This has everything in it, like CDs, LPs, magazines, books. Really killer. I mean, if you're into Motorhead, you don't have this yet, you'll definitely want to check this book out. This book has so much information in it. Next, it's kind of dark, but it's called Enter Night, Metallica biography written by Mick Wall, who was I think he works for Kerrang or one of those. I really pieced through this because I've read so many other Metallica books. It's pretty much the same thing. Although I do like Mick Wall's, writing. He recently did an AC/DC one that I want to try to get my hands on. It's just not available in the States. So if anybody that watches this over in England, if you can let me know if you can find me the AC/DC biography written by Mick Wall, that'd be awesome. Next up is another Kiss book called Kiss Fact. All that's left to know about the hottest band in the land. This is written by Dale Sherman, who I think wrote a couple other Kiss things. Some of this stuff in here is really cool, like, that you wouldn't normally know about Kiss, or it's not in the normal biographies, but pretty killer. Killer cover. Next two I got is the Ace Frehley one, No Regrets. This book's kind of boring. He doesn't really let anything out of the bag that you don't already know. It says it was written with Joe Layden and John Ostrowski, but I think they wrote the whole book, because the way it's worded just doesn't sound like something that Ace would say in a lot of it. So it's probably one of those things where he told the story and they wrote it down. It's worth having if you're a Kiss fan. Really cool, I guess. Just kind of boring, kind of blah. Next up is the Peter Criss Make Up the Breakup. I love Peter Criss. This book really makes him sound like a bitter old man at this point when it comes to Kiss, and I don't blame him. All the shit that this guy's gone through over the years. It's an interesting read. He lets the cat out of the bag on a lot of shit that you'd be surprised. But I don't know. To me, it was like just very bitter. Which, like I said, I guess I'd be, if I was him, I probably would have wrote the same book, to be honest. But definitely better than two. So if you don't know which one to read first, read the Peter first, and then pick up the Ace one. And the last book I got is Rock and Roll All Night, The Music of Kiss. A look at the recording history of the hottest band in the world. This is a 400-page book that was just released, written by Julian Gill. You can find it on Amazon for like $16.99, I think. But it chronicles every song they've ever recorded as a band, as a solo artist, even before Kiss. Everybody that's been in Kiss, he follows through, even like Tommy Thayer's band. Really cool documentation of all their music. It makes you want to go out and find some of the demo stuff that he writes about in here that just isn't available yet, that I hope becomes available at some point. Like I know Gene had said something about a box set of 100 songs or something like that about 4 years ago, which I guess never came out, obviously. But definitely check this book. This is the best book out of a whole bunch of books that I got. Really killer. I mean, it's worth every penny. $16.99 for a big ass book like this. It's like a reference guide. It's like a textbook almost. I think this is the 3rd edition. I have the other 2 editions. This is really, as far as complete. This is the complete history. It even has tracks from Monster in it. The book was going to press as Monster was being recorded, so it has some tracks that were mentioned for Monster that didn't end up on the album, but they're in here. You can read about it. But anyway, I guess that's about it for this year. I probably won't be doing another video or update until after the first of the year. I was thinking about doing a top 10 or a top 20 list of my favorite 2012 records coming up. So I might do that in between Christmas and New Year's. I guess that's about it. I hope everybody has an excellent holiday. Everybody stay safe. I guess that's it. Again, thanks for subscribing, everybody. I got a lot of new subscribers again this past couple weeks. So thanks again. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Again, have a happy holiday, Merry Christmas or Kissmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see y'all real soon. Peace. Hey guys, George back again with my December 18th CD, and let me try that again.